No problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
Happy Monday. What up, though?
Happy Monday. It's another fine. I'm hurting this morning. I ain't
You
even
hurt?
lied. Bruh. You didn't sit there and tell me you're not hurting either.
Well.
There's no way.
Good morning, family. Welcome to Real Talk Uncensored on RIP Radio Network.
We back after a long fucking weekend.
Woo.
Yeah.
Can anybody bring me some coffee? Just two or three Splendors, please.
Coffee, I need a fucking shot.
Do you?
I need a shot. My body hurting and shit.
Why you ain't say that?
I don't know. Let's do that.
I just left the crib.
Oh, Lord. They say the only way to fix, you know what I mean, is to have another shot to get your body going again.
Bite the dog that bit you.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend for me, though. God.
I'm never gonna see you before an event because I don't like the words you put out about me. I don't like none of that. I don't like none of that.
Get the fuck out of here.
The word was out before I got there. Don't let Kiki go to sleep. Yo, don't let Kiki.
Look, y'all laughing, but on God though. So the problem is what it is. Fucking Kiki gets to these events, and she will be sitting there, wide awoke, fully dressed, ready to go. And then 5 minutes later, she sleeps and wakes up the next day and misses the party. I've seen it firsthand a few times. So this time, I made sure you don't let her go near no bed. Don't let her go near no room. Don't let her go near nothing. Keep her ass up and moving around. And guess what? Lo and behold, Kiki made it to the party.
And now I got a whole new set of problems.
What the problem?
Because I can't never get that 24 hours that I was awake back. At every turn, can I be honest? Can I be transparent?
I would hope so.
I was in the bathroom sleep. I planned to go in there for a few little seconds to take care of a little business, and I was asleep in the bathroom.
You went to sleep in the bathroom?
In the bathroom. Look, I woke up, because you know how I found out I was asleep? Because I woke up.
So you just sitting in the stall, your hands like this?
No, I'm talking about at the crib.
Oh,
at the crib.
Wow. That's all I'm going to say is wow. Y'all hear this? This is not...
So the kind of friends I roll with, right? Drinking all day and for the weekend ain't enough. We get back yesterday because we were supposed to go to New York. Got a shot to Steel Horses for their bike blessing yesterday. We were supposed to go to New York. Everybody that was with me was like, nah, we tired. We won't lay down. I'm like, really? It's just we right here. Like we in Baltimore, like we right here. Of course, my team, they was all working and doing what they do. So the friends that I was rolling with, let's go. I told the new girl, right? I said, hey, you want to go to something? You want to see the community in New York? Go here. go to Steel Horses. Everybody there's anybody is there. Like, and it's an all day thing. I said, you just go here. She's like, bet. She had her clothes and everything. And then we ate. We fucked around at 8.
That's mistake number 1. Go ahead.
And it was a no-go.
The itis.
So, everybody parted ways. Cause I was gonna park my truck at the hotel. We was gonna roll up and roll back. I got my Easy Pass with me already. Boom, right? Everybody come back. They was like, yeah, I'm home. I'm about to take me a nap. I was like, I ain't taking no nap. Naps is for suckers, right? So 3 hours later when I woke up, I'm talking to everybody. I'm hitting up PJ. PJ's like, yeah, I'm at the bar. I said, what? This nigga said, I'm at the bar. I'm like, why are you at the bar? We just left for all weekend bar. I was like, why you ain't call me?
You know what? I'm gonna find some fucking meetings for some of y'all. I'm gonna find some meetings.
Will you be in attendance?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably be the first one there. Don't mind me. I might even hold the shit. You know what I mean? Just because.
Shout out to Black Shepherds.
Shout out to Black Shepherds for their 4th amazing anniversary. You know what I mean? It was nothing shorter than dope. The rain it rained a little bit. Yo, shout out to everybody who rode to Next Memorial.
Yep.
Yo, that rain was pouring. It was some spots was bad, but you know what I mean. Dudes still hopped on them twos and rode and pulled up in that joint. There was a big turnout. There was a lot of love in the building, man. That was a beautiful thing, man.
The best way they say to honor a person who passed on their bike is to show up on their bike.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of people, the weather wasn't. They didn't care. I seen people outside pouring water out their boots.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yo. We got drenched a little bit, but yo, me and shout out to Ricky, we got rain suits, and you know what I mean. I was like, man, listen, I'm gonna get these boot covers. You know what I mean? So I got the little boot covers. I was all dry. Only thing that was wet was my cut and my fucking gloves. But you know what I mean. Outside of that,
I was looking at Scar now, because that's why I say these niggas, they always in the rain.
Yeah.
Let me see what they got on. I went and peeped and pulled up boots and looked at pants and did. I need to find out all this shit y'all got, because I got heated gear, right?
Well, heated gear is mandatory.
I have heated gear.
Yeah.
I have a rain suit, but it ain't Harley, because I ain't on one.
Well, no, you don't have to get like.
It was from Walmart.
No, don't do that. X foul on the play. Go to fucking Cycle Gear and get one of the ones from Cycle Gear. Stay away from the frog togs and all that shit.
Well,
I had
to go to Walmart because I got caught in the rain. And listen, we got caught in the rain in Virginia. No, in Virginia, and it stopped raining in North Carolina. So I had a long way to go. We had to. I stopped at Kings Dominion. I had to get rain gear from Walmart.
Okay, so you want to upgrade? You want to upgrade your fucking rain gear? Just saying that.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the turnout was nothing but amazing. We did go back to the hotel, and you know, rain decided to finally let up a little bit, but still a little too wet out there for niggas to ball or whatever, what have you. But it was still overall, it was still a fun ass event.
It's a fun ass event.
You know what I mean? Period. Now,
everybody who got home safe, you know, thanks for checking in. Thanks for saying something.
You know, the last couple of weeks we were talking about the primaries, and you know what I mean, you want to make changes. Now is the time to fucking vote. Remember, what is it, early voting?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Early voting is happening now in Maryland.
To the 19th.
To the 19th. You need to get out there and vote. Your vote matters. Your voice really matters, man. You need to get out there and do that.
And you got into, I think it's from 8 to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, 7 days a week until the 19th.
Oh, wait a minute. Need your fucking attention. Congratulations to fucking DJ and Sierra on their beautiful baby boy. What is it, baby boy? Baby boy. Mm-hmm. Beautiful little baby. You guys see this little baby. He's just adorable.
It's adorable.
You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know, DJ, you better get some sleep now. You know, Tierra's ball head hoe shit was it a ball head hoe shit this weekend?
It was a
ball head hoe this weekend.
Yes.
Ball head hoe shit.
Yes. It was about.
That's an inside joke. Inside jokes.
I represented the ball head hoe. But that was my version of Island. He said Island Vibe. That was my version of Island Vibes.
Because nobody got a picture of that shit. I didn't even get a picture of that shit.
On purpose, I did not take pictures. On purpose.
Listen here. Now, I was on some ball head hoe shit as usual. You know, I go to these events and it's ball head hoe shit. I got my little jiggly dance with it. But Kiki was the queen of ball head hoe shit. She comes walking out like she's got pasties on. The titties is out. The titties was out, y'all. And it was just a little clip joint. Like, yo.
People kept on unclipping my clips.
Yes. I'm trying to clip the joint back and they unclip it. Like, yo, listen. She had the thighs out. She had it all out. It was all hanging out. And you just was like, I'm just saying.
And I did not take no pictures. None. On purpose. I took something in the room. Like, I had my girls take something of me, for.
I thought, for real, and this was just dead ass. I was like, did she put her outfit on backwards? Is it on backwards? Because the back is closed, but the front is out. What? Wait, pause. Titties was everywhere. Titties was everywhere. You had to be there to see.
Just saying. They was covered though.
But it was bald head shit.
Definitely was bald.
It was a lot of bald head shit.
And I kept saying to myself, because look, it was sincere. Sincere is the devil on my shoulder. It's like, yeah, you should wear it. I was like, nah, I'm just going. Yes.
Jiggly was on bald head shit.
Yes, she was.
I mean, Jiggly got choked up a couple different times and felt up. I was like, God damn.
She too was wearing pasties. She too.
Yes, because her shit was like fishnet see-through. You thought I forgot about that shit too, Jiggly. I did not. You know what I mean? I did not. Ladies, this is a PSA. This is important. If you're going to get your body work done, right? You know what I mean? Do it right. If your money ain't long, don't get it done. Because, you know what I mean? If they're not going to put parts of your body back where they really belong at, it's a whole fucking issue.
What did you see?
I just saw some shit that I shouldn't have saw. It didn't make any sense to me. I had to look at it twice. It was like, nah, I didn't see that. Then I looked again. I was like, wait a minute.
I had a visual. You was like, they don't put parts of your body back with it. Yo,
that's like you take your you get your titties done, right?
I could use that.
Okay, you get your titties done, right? All right, cool. But the doctor was on some other shit and decided to put your nipples way up here.
I get a phone call. Mine's are down here, so I mean, but I earned them. But I earned them.
But they was up here, so and then on top of that, the headlights was beaming. Boop, nigga, yo, something's not right, nigga. You know what I mean? You can't be fly. And your nipples ain't right.
It depends on who's looking. Some people's looking for ain't right nipples. Because I'm sure, listen.
Look.
And listen, don't get on these booties. I'm going to leave that alone. Because if people think I'm a hater, and I'm really not. It's just, when it's off, it be off. Yeah, I mean, but do your thing.
It be fucked up. Do your thing, though. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? Just make sure
Black
it look
power.
right. You know what I mean? Oh, Car said we made a billboard. Shout out for the love. Okay, I got to check it out, too. You know what I mean? It's been a long weekend. All right. Remember, next month we will not be here. The studio is closed for the whole month of August. We are doing a live show on July 31st. Batman, I seen your text. We're going to get with you. You know what I mean? We're going to talk. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
We're trying to add dates. The plan is, but it's an availability thing, is during the month of August to have you guys not miss us. That we do live shows for the month of August.
We're going to do something for y'all to keep the fucking party rocking.
The first one is July 31st.
So next week, listen, hit me up if you're in the DMV area and you have a child and you want to bring your child to the show. I told y'all about this before. I'm trying to do this next Monday. I want to have some kids in here. We're going to talk about the kids, and we're going to talk to the kids. These teenage kids, don't bring no little 5-6-year-old in here. I can't do nothing with a 5-6-year-old.
Understand questions.
Let's have our teenagers come in here. You know what I mean? Even the preteens. You know what I mean? So not 10, but you know what I mean? Somebody like 12. You know what I mean?
13-ish. Adolescents.
Yeah.
Like
bring them in here. Let's rap with them because I want to get their feedback on something. This is going to be a dope show we're putting together for them next week. So hit my inbox. Hit Kiki's inbox, hit us up. You know what I mean? I have a couple kids in here. I got a couple kids in mind, but I'm having them come in. Yes, next Monday. Have them kids come in here. I want to rap with them. You know what I mean? We want to know what they feeling like, what their mindset is on everything that's going on in the world because we really don't talk to them about it. You know what I mean? We don't know how they really truly feel sometimes. You know what I mean? We caught up in our own shit. So this will be a time for them to voice their opinions. You know what I mean? Don't hold nothing against them parents after they say what they got to say, but they're going to say what they got to say.
And yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit started. Did anybody see? Did Ty go Ty? Because Ty didn't. I haven't been watching Ty because I was busy this weekend. But I know Ty is out there, and she is tying somewhere.
Ty, I believe without a shadow of a doubt. Look, I got this space here that says Ty gonna tie. There's a space here.
Yeah.
But when I was checking and peeping and looking, you was kind of on some soft shit. So just
don't worry. That ain't gonna last long.
I'm still
She'll
looking.
be back. Watch. Even if I got to throw some shit out there to get her started, she's going to be back.
I'm checking.
Right. So, Baker Mayfield, he got traded, didn't he?
Yep.
To the Panthers.
Yep.
You know, I know.
We didn't even introduce our.
Oh shit!
We didn't even introduce.
We didn't introduce. We got right into some shit. Here we go. You want to introduce?
You just gonna dog that banana like that? Just not.
I was trying to talk. Look, I'm over here. I saw it.
My man is dogging
Swallowed
his
it whole.
banana.
The mouthful.
So good morning, Blackish.
Blackish is his name today, y'all. Blackish. You know what I mean?
Good morning.
His name is Blackish.
What
today.
up, though? Let's talk some football for 5 seconds or so. Go ahead and swallow that, B.
What? Wait.
It's like, yeah.
Wait. What? What the fuck?
Clean yourself up.
What the fuck? This is making me a little uncomfortable.
Don't be.
Okay.
Listen, I can learn a lot.
This is crazy. All right.
What'd you say, Blackish?
His name is
It's only a
Blackish.
banana, he
I'm trying
said.
to understand his name is Blackish to say. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yo, in a little news today.
Yep.
By the RFK Stadium, they're gonna tear. Yeah, they're gonna finally. They're gonna.
It's gone.
It caught on fire. You know what I mean? And
On fire.
now it's set to be demolished in 2023.
All of it. Bye. Like they're. So guess what, Commanders? What now? What you gonna do? Since y'all don't have that as a viable option anymore, and I won't hear the shit no more. So.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I don't know.
You got a
I don't
plan B?
know.
They got a plan B?
I don't know what the fuck they got, and I really don't care. How about that? I really don't. It's like, you want me to be transparent? I really don't give a fuck.
I like transparency.
Fuck them. You figure it the fuck out, and that's that. All right.
Dan Snyder is offering to testify. Like,
you know
Yeah,
what?
he has time.
Go ahead.
come on, Blackish.
Gas prices are going down. Where?
Oh, in my area, gas prices are going down.
For real?
Yeah, we at 440 around the way now.
It ain't like that. Yo, so I was kind of fucked up because I went to fill my bike up this weekend. At a gas station. You know what I mean?
Really? Is that what?
You asked me where. I was like, yo, nigga,
Is that where you fill
I
up?
filled it up at a gas station, and it goes forward too. You know what I mean?
My bad. You make me sick.
So look, the check was like $30
For your bike?
to fill it up was like almost $30. Yo, I was like, what the fuck?
So
Wait a minute.
is it only me? But I don't want to like. Okay, so think in your mind, right?
Yo, Rick, that's right. That's that bootleg gas.
Just think of it. You go to you thinking of a group ride. You know you got to go to Richmond, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to go because I know how much it's gonna cost me in gas. Like it is a ripoff for me to put $40 in my bike. That's a rip, yo.
Okay, so you know
That
what I mean.
would
And then on
determine.
top of it, you got to really be cruising because now you don't because you want to get it, but then you don't want to get it because you're like, damn, I got to fill this bitch back up again.
Yeah, you
know
can't
what I mean?
get it. You got to
Prime
do.
example. Here we go Friday. I fill the motherfucker up. It's almost $30.
What you fill up?
You know
What you fill up?
I fill the
What you
motherfucker
got?
up.
What you got now?
Huh? Oh, I got a
You ain't
ZX14.
back in business.
I'm
Back in
best
business.
of both worlds. Best
Back
of
in
both worlds.
business.
So I had her out this weekend and I decided to get out and I'm getting on the road and I'm cutting up. Leave fucking Stafford and cutting up. Make it to Baltimore in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's better.
Fuck around and tank is almost on E. I said, okay, cool.
Just
Fill
out
up
here.
again. Then we go kidnap somebody from work. I ain't gonna say no names. We kidnapped the nigga from work. We pull up to his job and was like, yo, you're leaving, let's go. We get on the highway and we ride around through Baltimore and burnt a tank of gas. But you know,
It's fun. It's
it was fun
memories.
because we were playing a little bit, and we were playing a little bit. But damn, then I had to fill this shit up again. I was like, yo, it just don't make no sense. Where the weekend I spent almost $100 in gas.
It's not right.
It's on my bike.
And my spirit, my spirit,
It's fucked up, yo. Shit is fucked
my
up.
spirit.
It's just crazy.
That's not cute.
Makes no sense. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
cute.
So if y'all saying gas prices going down, I don't see them in my area like that. They still like, you know what I mean? Fuck that. You know,
Did anybody besides me notice that, or is that just in the area where I live? Like Moet, where you at? The gas going down? Siren, where you at? The gas going down? I see it. White man, blah, Blackish. Gas is going down, you know? Yeah, you see yours.
all right, so let me see if I see this. If I'm reading,
He's
this.
sleepy now. The
You know what
banana
I mean?
do make you sleepy. Trust me.
I'm trying to see if New York is rolling out a novel strategy to screen applicants for gun permits.
What's the strategy?
People seeking to carry concealed handguns will be required to hand over a list of all of their social media accounts for review of their character and conduct. This takes place in September.
Yep. So,
niggas about to delete social media.
This is why we try to inform people, like, just in case you got some.
If you're in New York, you might want to clean your page up if it's on some fuck shit.
Scrub it. You got to scrub that joint.
It, you know what I mean? Yeah, bruh, it's gonna be probably the safest thing to do. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna go through your shit like a fire. You know what I mean? So is this an invasion of privacy?
It's always been one. For you, okay, what's wrong to me?
But social media is social media. So
but what's wrong to me is for you to try to decide who I am based upon.
I wholeheartedly believe that. You know what I mean? When you get labeled shit and a person doesn't fucking know you, what are the odds of that?
I wish I could be like Kiki from Kiki, what you call it, from from Apollo. Just
I am telling you, those kind of questions. Just raise your hand over me. You know what I mean?
Because it happens, and for real, it's unfair. It's like we are supposed to be cognizant of what you post, and you're supposed to be blah blah blah. But if you look at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that people post is what they agree with.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily come from your heart. It didn't necessarily come from your pen or come from your keyboard.
People can label you, and that's what you become.
Yeah, so you gonna get yourself messed up in New York behind this if you play a lot of songs that got gunplay in it, or you just
gotta be mindful, scrub your accounts when you because it is invasion of your privacy.
You got to set it off as your profile picture.
Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. You know what I mean? You got profile pictures and holding illegal guns, and it's not gonna look good. Get rid of that shit. You know what I mean? Is it a good way or a bad way to determine a character? I think it's a bad way.
It's a bad way.
It's a bad way. You know what I mean? Because social media is supposed to be funny. You're fucking around, but people are taking this shit seriously.
But then again, it'll help you think like, why am I putting legal guns on? Why am I doing that?
Yeah, but here's another question: would you submit your account info?
If I was trying to get a gun, I would have to.
Man, I'm gonna delete everything. Because even if you lie about it, they probably gonna find it. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a good possibility of finding it. So just better just tell the truth. But if you that worried about what is on your social media, then you might as well get like you said, either scrub it or delete it. You know what I mean? And create something new after the fact.
But what if you submit it? What is this practice a gateway for? Like, what else could happen? Because if you say, sure, here, take my, it ain't about nothing, I'm great, I'm good, and they do that, what could that be a gateway for? Like, what other companies you think
I think companies would be starting to become a thing now, and they're gonna want to search your social media. Trust me, I know that all too well. If you see her hand go above my head, this is some shit. You know what I mean? I'm getting tired of being quiet. I can tell you that much. You know what I mean?
Some of the guy from Sopranos died over the weekend. Paulie Walnuts.
He did?
Yes, Paulie Walnuts died.
But then also James Caan died as well too, man. Yeah. He was a great actor.
Same day.
Ain't that just some crazy? That's crazy, man.
Rest in peace.
Man, rest in peace to both of them.
If I looked up, so when you're looking up stuff, right? You get these sidebars, you get these whatever. Probably out of the people that made Sopranos, the people that made Sopranos, there are probably maybe 20 people who was involved in that whole project that's still alive out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. All of them are.
20 people out of a production executive. I mean, they went from the top to the bottom of the people that died. It's over 400 people that have died since that movie came out.
Since the show came out.
Since the show. And the seasons, yeah. It's like 20 people left.
To me, that's a little nuts right there, but
But it's funny how art is imitating life, because you talking about some mob shit. That's what happens in mob shit.
Sopranos was a good shit. I like the Sopranos. Good shit. I like Sopranos. It was all right.
When Gandolfini, ain't his name Gandolfini? Yeah. When he died, that was sad to me. Like I hated he was going through the crack and the drugs like that. He was a talent. He was a talent.
Yeah, and I don't like the way it ended though. Let's leave it at that.
What, the movie?
Yeah, the fucking show. You know what I mean?
I mean the show.
You're thinking of Godfather. You know what I mean? Sonny had his ass murdered. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, ready for that though. All right. What the fuck? News of the day. A former corrections officer at a Clark County jail gave a key to the women's section to male inmates, leading to numerous rapes and assaults. A lawsuit alleges. Wait. So this fucking this CO was like, yo, here's the key, man. Go on over there and get some pussy.
Look the other way.
I'm gonna look the other way while y'all niggas over there getting some pussy. How did you think that not was gonna blow back on you? You know what I mean? 20 Clarksville, Indiana inmates are suing the sheriff's department, alleging that multiple male inmates entered the women's section of the jail using a key provided by the now former officer David Lowe.
You son of a bitch.
Jail authorities did not immediately arrive to stop the attacks despite the presence of cameras and the women's numerous attempts to call for help, including hitting the buzzer and pounding on the door. After all this, the women were punished and had their privileges revoked.
After all that.
And at least the officer was fired.
You come and
What the fuck was
that? You come and get my goodies up off me, and you revoke my privileges, and you punish me.
Yeah.
I got raped.
Yeah. I mean, and that's fucked up. And I hope they sue and get. Yo, a lot of people need to fall for that because if you got cameras, you got nigga there sitting there looking at the cameras. And you saw that shit and was like, oh shit, them niggas just having fun. Oh, okay, nigga, I'm watching a live porno. Nigga, pause. Get your life together.
Get it together.
It needs to be got together. I mean, unbelievable. You know. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm gonna get right to it.
Really? Get in business.
Top tier Cassidy. 4th of July, a crowded Walmart had a commotion in the parking lot. All because of a Karen. Oh, I can't say that because that's racist. Oh, can't say Karen because that's racist. Who was upset that a black person was waiting for a parking spot and decided to get out of her car and stand in the parking space just so the person waiting could not get it. I'd have just drove in that motherfucker anyway. This dingbat held the spot for an hour before giving everyone the finger and getting in her car and driving off.
For nothing. Just for nothing. If y'all can look this up too. There's a video of the lady. There's a picture of her.
Can we find that video?
She has this white dress on, and this. You could tell something ain't right.
I want to see this because was her car blocking it or
no?
What?
She was in her space and saw a blank space. Saw people coming up and decided to get out her car and come stand in that space. Just so no one could get it. So it was like lines on both sides.
I would have pulled in that shit.
It was blowing the horn.
I would have pulled that shit. I would have pulled in the spot and be like, get the fuck out the way. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of the way. There was no reason why you did. I would have just, hey, you could have been the ornament on the hood of my truck.
No, Tone.
Oh shit. Can't say that.
You can't say that.
Can't say that. Can't say that because then I'm racist and wanting to kill white people.
You cannot say that.
Can't say that.
And you wasn't gonna kill her.
No.
Because people survive after being hit all the time.
Niggas get hit every day, B.
And let me tell you something, Tone. What I've learned is, from watching news over the years, right, as long as it's under a quarter of a mile that you drag a person, you're good. When it's a quarter and a mile plus.
Oh, it's not. I was just gonna be pulling in this. I was pulling in a parking spot. You know what I mean?
Didn't see her in the
I didn't see her ass in there. I was like, hey, there's always potholes and everything. I ain't know there was.
Why do motherfuckers just test your gangster like that? Like, why are we doing this?
Because they're privileged.
So then you.
Oh shit! Can't say that either.
Come on, Tone. You gotta. Come on now.
I better stop.
Stop while you ahead, bro.
You hear that, Washington Gas? I'm starting to not be quiet anymore.
They create groups for motherfuckers like you. You better chill.
They five motherfuckers like that.
Tree said, that's the best. I didn't see you.
See? I literally was just pulling in the spot, bop, 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 and oh shit, I'm sorry. But why would you do that? That's some white shit. That's some white shit.
And you probably was in Landover some goddamn way.
I don't know, but wherever it happened, that was some Caucasian shit. That was some Caucasoid shit.
Bring your Caucasoid shit to our black neighborhood. Bam.
Okay, so just so you know, we don't only, on this show, we just don't only bash the white people, because niggas gonna nigga. Niggas are gonna nigga.
They doing it right now.
They do it every day, all day.
They was doing it in Baltimore the whole weekend, B.
Niggas gonna nigga.
But here's an example of one. Let's go.
A woman is pulled over in Dallas and given a ticket for riding in the HOV. Well, this is not niggas.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yes. She was white. She was Caucasian. She's not a nigga. This is a white girl.
That ain't nigga shit?
No. I saw the
but the officer, I don't know. This is not nigga shit, but we can talk about it anyway.
Was she white?
She was white. She was Caucasian.
So-
she was Caucasian.
okay,
so
well,
we're gonna talk about it anyway
nigga,
because
top-
the woman is pulled over. She's not a nigga. So listen, you know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Some white people can be niggas though. Because a nigga's a stupid person. So yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
A woman is pulled over in Dallas and given a ticket for riding in the HOV lane with no one in the car. Given today's climate, she spent it. She decided to take the ticket on the grounds that she is several months pregnant and stated that her fetus is a living child and should be covered under the qualifications. Count as 2 people occupying the car. I agree.
Now is the time to say that. Now is the time.
I agree.
Now is the time.
Because you open the door for stupid shit.
That should have been stupid shit.
It could have been stupid shit, but you gave her a ticket, and her argument was when the cop asked her. I saw it. The cop asked her was like, she was like, there's another person in the car. And the cop was like, who?
My baby. Now's the time to do
That's
it.
the white chick, and she's pregnant.
Oh, is that her? Yes. Okay.
I would have been like,
I don't know why I thought she was black.
No, she's white. She's white. I'm not disagreeing with you. You can't have it both ways.
That's a win
Well,
for me.
the funny thing, I saw her CNN interview, which was kind of surprising because
She already?
yeah, because she didn't know it would get this much attention. So
It made it here.
yeah, so the funny thing is the way she explained to the officer. I would have put it. She came in a little gangster with it. She said, so, like you said, he's like, the officer asks us like, okay, where's the other person? And it's like, it's right here.
Right here.
And the officer's like, okay, I'm going to walk away. And then another officer had to give her the ticket and stuff. So for right now.
They're going to reverse it.
Yeah. No, actually, there was, during the interview, they had one of their CNN lawyer associates, whatever, and they mentioned the fact that this also happened in LA several years ago, and the person who was pregnant won. So, because based off of the terminology,
yes.
The way it's written. The way it's written.
So, yeah, they opened this whole bag of weeds.
Yeah.
They really figured.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad.
Your wording is fucked up. So, like, pregnant ladies, if you were in a car by yourself and you got your baby, you pregnant, get in the HOV lane.
They say, because technically since they said it's like the other person is not outside of another, it's not, then technically it's like, yeah, there is another person. It's in here.
Yeah, but it's technically 2 people.
Yeah.
PJ said the black delegation like to make a trade for her, offer for her.
Really?
Look, and
Who we giving up?
Silk said, I still would have gave her the ticket and showed up to court to fight it.
Yeah,
Really?
she is. That's
Really?
what she's doing. In a couple of days, she said
The
she's
officer
headed
shouldn't
for
show up. It should. Well, you know what? If you want a media circus, knock yourself out because you're going to get one.
You're going to get one. I think she's still one because, she had...
especially in Texas.
In
They love
Texas.
doing this shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, this is crazy, but...
Buy your abortion pills online.
I support her. She opened, there's going to be more crazy shit like this going to,
Candace Owens, Maddie said, we trade her for Candace Owens.
Okay, that's
Facts.
what we're doing? Okay.
We lost her anyway. And Stacey Dash, we lost them. Same fight.
We lost Stacey Dash.
Oh, she said, just when I said that, she said the crazy chick Stacey Dash.
Yo, okay.
Oh, Silk said he haven't lost yet. Damn.
There's you know what? I'd like to see that. Silk, find somebody, give him a ticket, and go to court and see if you lose. Because Silk will make up some shit. He'll
quick on
word
his
some
feet.
shit.
He quick on his feet.
Yo, bro, it's quick, and will and word shit will make yourself look like, did I really do this shit?
He quick on his
Did
feet.
I really do it? Am I guilty?
Yep.
All right. Did you know that 2 strippers from Portland are suing for discrimination? What the fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck are they suing for discrimination for?
Okay. Here's the list of shit.
Oh God,
Here's
damn,
the list.
she's got a fucking list.
I got a list. So apparently, the strippers have to pay all these fees. Did you know that they had to pay a house fee to a club management to start every shift? This fee puts them on the schedule for the night, allowing them to work. Depending on the club fee, this fee can be anywhere from $25 to $200 per shift. They tip a percentage of their earnings to the DJ, security, the house mom, and any bouncer who introduced us to a high roller client. Outside the club, they pay astronomical fees to beautify themselves, to keep their hair and nails going, and groomed every 2 weeks. Their bodies are in tip-top shape because of gym membership, personal trainers, and body enhancements, and body and hair removal, and pricey laser appointments. And then we pay independent contractor taxes, rent, mortgages, school tuition, student debt, and our own health insurance, car payments, other living costs. They even have to pay to rent the stage for that night. So they're saying that they're discriminated against because some of the fairer-skinned women tend to get more of the high price clientele, more of this, more of that. And if somebody says something against them, they can't dance that night. They had to pay their fees, but they come up and tell them you're not dancing tonight. So they're suing. And they
I guess it's hard out here being a stripper, huh? The P Valley made it look like everybody get down, but it's really not. It's really not.
I didn't know they had to pay all this stuff.
That's why the Players Club was more real.
That's what you're right. You got a house mom, so you think you going in there just to?
Well, what the fuck you think Uncle Clifford is? I guess Uncle Clifford is the house mom in P Valley. Am I wrong?
I mean, mom.
Can't label a nigga.
Can you?
He's a nigga to me, but if you say it, he's gonna be upset. Uncle Clifford gonna be upset, but you know.
Uncle Clifford implies that he's not a mom.
You can't tell that nigga that. Tell that nigga that. You know what I mean?
They all have a great point. This is Maddie. Maddie said that. Maddie, call us real quick. 301-637-6900. Tell me what you hear when you hear me read these things.
But okay? So let's clarify something. Is this practices nationwide for all strip clubs everywhere? Or is that just a hit and miss with certain areas? You know
it's supposed to be standard practice.
Standard practice.
That you have to pay all these things. And maybe that's why the businesses are so popular, and they make so much money. Yo, my motivation for real is to
I'm about to open me a strip club.
This is some cutthroat shit.
You know what I mean? I'm about to open me a strip club. You know what I mean? I am open me a strip club, and I'm gonna slash some of these fees for y'all. Come work for me, make me rich.
Melvin said, "Don't."
Owner of a fucking can answer me this. An owner of a strip club is just a high price pimp. He's a pimp.
He's a pimp.
He's a pimp. Okay, caller, who we talking to?
It's Maddie.
Hey,
morning, Maddie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, what I hear is everything that was just described. They pay for the stage. They pay for the promoter. They pay the house fee to dance and not guaranteed to dance. They're losing out. Yeah. When they file their taxes, they can file as independent contractors and they can claim a loss. And they are. They're keeping their bodies up because when you swing, some of them are acrobats. When they swing on them poles, they up in the air. They don't get health insurance. And people saying that's a personal choice that they make, but it's people that go in there to pay them to entertain them. Yes. So they're being double taxed. That's not even a 60-40 split that we just talking about right there. That's 70, that's what, 80-20. So they have to pay for their own promotion. And then when you turn around and people like to say that it's a cry out, black women's not looked at. When you see a black stack woman, they're going to pay that money if that's the area they in. And if you turn around, let's say, my thing is, if I go to a strip club, I like the darker skinned women. I do. That's just me. I like hips. I like looking at, that's where my money is going. So they're going to use them as a money maker. But if they see somebody that's fair skinned, not as built or something like that, they might take her off because they want their money. They want their cut. At the end of the day, that's not okay. Because if they just did the same thing that the darker skin that you knew was going to bring you in more money, it's a problem. You already put them on there as a headliner. You promised them some type of money when they walked in the door. And if they don't have the money or they can't make the money because you said they don't work, that's what happens. They lose out. They're not going home and being able to feed their kids. Now they have to go out and do something else. It's beyond double taxation. So now they got to pay the man and pay all the men. No.
See,
you're not guaranteed to make money.
Well, like Batman said, it sounds like they need a union.
This is what the bottom line to this story is. They are vying for unionization. They are. This is what is in their discrimination thing.
Oh, I'm about to put my foot in the fucking game.
They're trying to.
I'm about to put my foot in the game. Nigga. I'm about to put my foot in the game. I want in.
Their union idea is never going to go through. And the reason why I'm saying their union, we have to remember, these are a bunch of hormonal, emotional, I'm going to say coochies. Everybody wants to be head girl. They're not going to be able to stick together to come as one. The moment somebody don't get their way, they're going to be stopping out with an attitude, having a temper tantrum, now telling everybody business, and it can't keep unionizing. You turn around, you set a price fee. They're not going to be able to stick to it. You have one smart girl come up with the contract. Somebody don't like the verbiage or don't understand the politics behind the verbiage. Now you got another attitude. Yeah. That's where it comes in that you don't have a person with a level mind where they're not thinking with their coochies and they're thinking about the prime example of the money, because this is, I guess, their business that they're trying to put into it as being an entertainer. Then it's not going to be successful. It's not. That's just the bottom line. It's not going to be successful.
Okay.
It's going to be too much argument amongst women.
I mean,
if you put a bunch of strippers, if you look at some of these reality TV shows, right, and with the strippers going on, let's just say like Jocelyn's Cabaret, and she was calling herself the house mom. Yeah. Let's say if we see all them girls in there trying to unionize. Could you imagine all them young girls trying to unionize? They would sneak this in, talking about somebody was musty. Turn around, she made too much more money. You see what I'm saying? Yep, they're not going to come together headstrong trying to fight the cause. They have great points. The thing is, they're going to have to stay focused or get an outside individual to help them within it.
Because everybody's idea and reason for dancing is different. So if you don't come under that common bond of what we're here for, that the stuff you just named is what you're gonna get. A bunch of dysfunction,
and you know what?
a bunch of
let's just take
clawing.
it like a headliner, right? A headliner knows she is it. She know when she get on that stage, the music come on, everybody is dropping a bag. Yeah. Compared to somebody that can't work the pole like that, and all she really do is twerk on the side. She gonna be in her feelings because she know that headliner gonna make bread in the first place. They gonna say she the supervisor. She don't need no union, because every time she come in there for her hard work that she done trained up to be, she don't need no union rights, because she gonna make bread regardless. When the lazy twerker on the side that's just giving out lap dances and not enthused about being there, she gonna want to be union because that day her cramps was hurting her. You know what I'm saying? You know them technicalities come when you in the
You're
union.
right. It's definitely a difference between strippers and dancers and entertainers. Yes. It's definitely a difference. And
that's why I use the word entertainer, because when I go, I don't go see men strippers. That does not make me feel good. I like females because I'm sitting there. I listen. I'm like, oh, this is a craft. I'm sitting here in awe and wow when they start swinging from pole to pole and they drop them from out the air. This is like a circus.
Yes.
I'm going to spend my money. I don't want a lap dance, because you're not working as hard as girlfriend who don't went around there swinging on every pole, turned around, did a split cartwheel, shook a little ass cheek, and got back up on the hills and was entertaining with all his energy. You over here just twerking one butt cheek muscle, and you want $800 for conversation.
Nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
That way. You know what I mean?
I pay her to get the fuck away from me.
Because the secretary in the office that works to the doctor, she can do that.
Yeah, you gotta do some
right.
It's gotta be. I have to be entertained. You have to have a set. You need to have something, a build up to your dick coming out. For me, just
substance. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful idea that's something they want to try, but it's going to be too many technicalities and emotions when it's
so Maddie, let me ask you. So they're suing for discrimination. Do you think they win or lose?
It really depends on the lawyer. I think they do have. I do think they have an argument. When you look at discrimination, and a lot of people, when we are at work, the ones of us that's work that have to take these courses every year, when you look at what discrimination is, it falls into the category. They're being withheld back from money because the color of their skin. That's not in the equal opportunity or fair or fair employment. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the counter argument is going to be, you're also an independent contractor. You file a 1099. You have the choice to leave whenever you want to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to the argument, they're going to have a strong lawyer team to argue even with that, because with 1099s, let's be honest, when you're an independent contractor, the company gets paid from the people that comes in. So let's say we want to say that the strip club is an agency, right? Mm-hmm. So you get employees as your agency because you don't want to pay the taxes or workman's comp or self-employment or Medicare tax,
Exactly.
all that stuff that comes with adulting. So you make them responsible at the end of the situation. So where they want a union, this is where they really about to get up. And that means you want a W-2. Ain't no side hustling then. Ain't no other income. You
That's
get
clear.
that union, now you getting that W-2.
It's clear.
Now you bringing in other numbers. You don't get you don't get local 304 2BC strip club anonymous going on and saying that you're not about to pay Uncle Sam and your state what they supposed to have, for the simple fact that this is the technicalities that come with this situation. Now you're getting a W-2. So when you thought you was being raped before, now you setting them in a precedent where, okay, they can offer you. Now they're going to offer you part-time, right? They're going to offer you part-time.
Change your
not
hours
full-time,
up.
part-time.
Yep.
Ain't no health care. Now they're going to tap in on your tips. When before when you was getting that casual at the stage, you could lie about it. No, now they're about to tap in on your tips. Now you're going to pay that Medicare and all that surcharge that's going on. Now you got to figure out what your union dues is, for the simple fact that you want to know what the union is going to cover and who got the biggest mouth of the strip club that's going to be able to stand 10 toes down to whoever it is and argue without saying, oh, I don't like that bitch right there. I ain't arguing for her.
Being non-biased.
But, yeah.
I was trying to think when you was talking earlier. I was like, I wonder who the hell the rep would be. The union rep would be. What would she look like?
It's a nice idea. Listen, I ain't gonna knock the hustle. I ain't gonna knock the idea, but they not Amazon. Like, let's be serious, girlfriends.
Right.
Write it off on your taxes. Continue on doing what it is. You paying them taxes, write them off as losses. You getting them tips done. You maintain them. You getting these veneers. Take that right off, because you are an entertainer. This is what it is to sustain your job.
Blackish, what's up,
Blackish got something to say, Maddie.
Actually, there is a union for adult entertainers.
Is it?
Yes. It's called the International.
A union for entertainment?
For all forms of adult entertainment. It's the International Entertainment Union. Adult union.
Okay.
And there is...
Now, so let me say adult entertainment unit, is that like just XXX, like
I said,
porn, or it covers all of them?
All forms of adult entertainment. They have affiliates. They have one for exotic dancers. They have one for adult performers and the film crews and things of that nature. So pretty much there is a union for dancers. So for something like this, it's available for them. So, and it has been approved by the Department of Labor.
In what state? I'm just going to do my research.
Right now, of course, it's in California, because pretty much that's where a majority of the adult entertainment industry is. So, but it is.
Okay, you said California?
Yeah, it's out in California.
Okay.
But there is a union. It is out there. So.
That's what I said. I said the argument wasn't bad, but at the same point, it's going to come with stipulations that they're not going to be ready for. So is it only in? I'm just asking. So when I go do my research, I'm looking. So is it only in California, in them states like California, Texas, Florida, stuff like that? You know, the states that we really don't can relate
to. They have resources. Texas is not one of them. But correct that. Texas is one of them. So so pretty much it's Alabama, Arizona, Alaska, Cali, Colorado, Florida.
All the Republican states minus Cali. Okay, I'm going to go look now.
Yeah.
Just to see, because I said the argument wasn't bad. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah,
at Oregon. Y'all said Oregon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Portland, yeah,
Portland, Oregon. So Oregon, because it's pretty much the known exotic dancing capital.
I thought that was Atlanta.
No, yeah,
it was Atlanta.
No, it's Oregon, because pretty much all the truckers go from east to west.
Okay.
And Portland, Oregon. There's I did a story where one of their top spots, during COVID, they had their entertainment outside. So, and did kind of like a drive-through-esque version of it, so that way people...
They did that here in Philly, too.
Yeah, so it was kind of entertaining. It was kind of funny. People, and the way they promoted is like they did door-to-door and stuff like that, so So yeah.
I will go look for that, but yeah, that was just my take on it, y'all. I'm gonna go look for that entertainment because that's just wild.
Yeah. Local
Hey,
424.
That's what's gonna be. You know what I mean? All right, thanks, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Ghost.
All right.
Talk
I
to you
got a
later,
question.
honey. What's up?
Go somewhere, but no go nowhere. Speaking of this,
What?
I think saying this and speaking about this gives people a professional way to look at other things. Like we just look at it as ass shakers, and unfortunately, just like JP was saying, that when they show up, it's probably going to already be some type of negative connotation. So they're going to have to really be streamlined and be and punch this thing like
Well,
professionals.
he also said that this is a profession you choose. You know what I mean? It's not like you chose to do this. So you know what you're getting into before you get into it. So now you're complaining because obviously you just didn't start this shit. You've been doing this. Now you're upset because you're not making the money. Well, Shawty, you need to do some extra shit like people were saying. I mean, you know, hey, it's strippers, you know.
Nicoletta says Strippers United is federally recognized by the National Labor Relations
I'm opening me a
Board.
strip joint. Tasha, we opening a strip club. Fuck all that. We opening a strip club, and you could be the motherfucking house mom.
She can be the house mom.
She could be the house mom. Let her
And she
fuck
ain't
all
taking
that.
no shit.
Nope. You know what I mean?
Name some professions that are critically underpaid.
Name some
Teachers,
teachers has always been.
food staff workers,
What do you mean food staff
custodian,
workers?
yeah, like any
waitress-
anybody in a restaurant industry.
Okay.
And custodians, police,
I mean, critically, like the work that they give is just it.
not doctors, nurses, orderlies.
Yes,
Those people who get dirty.
that's
They're legitly get down and dirty. Those who have to deal with people on a consistent
So you're saying
24
customer
on a-
service.
Yeah,
Customer
customer service on a 24 hours. Those are the ones that everyone keeps claiming that they're the minimum wage people, but they're the ones that get fucked every left and right.
why is it. But why is it that way? Like, why is it that blue collar people, the man who sweeps the floor in here, who is, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that they don't get? They don't
Because
of the education aspect.
No, it's not
of
the
it?
education. Mind you have people who have master degrees and they're flipping burgers. Kid you not. I mean, it's not just something to say as a line in a movie. These are people who did 4 years, 8 years, whatever years of college, and they're folding shirts in a Victoria's Secrets. They're sweeping floors in someone's building and all that
Hard
stuff.
for them to get jobs, so
Yeah,
they gotta
and
take
it's
what they
and
get.
yeah, because of the fact that due to the fact that the way the financial structure has been set in this country alone, it's ridiculous. Everything has this stupid Reaganomics trickle down bullshit. It's just like to this day I never understood why an owner of a company still gets a paycheck when you own the shit.
Own the shit.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you get a bonus. You own the shit.
That's the inside
Doesn't
hustle.
make sense.
That's the hustle. That's
But,
the hustle.
okay, so let's go back to maybe the 50s and 60s, right? When they had things in schools for the kids, and I think in this area we had it when I was in school. I was in school in the 90s, so they had cooking classes, welding classes, plumber classes, all this stuff, right? And I'm from Flint, Michigan. So in Flint, Michigan, this is really going somewhere. I'm from Flint, Michigan. In Flint, Michigan, you were born and bred to work in the factories. The factories were there, and you came and you made a living. You lived right. You lived great. Like my dad, as long as I can remember, we had everything. Like my father made great money working with General Motors. And he did not go to college. He was an Army vet, but now I look around, I look at Pittsburgh and some of these areas that had these factories in it, and they
ran down.
They ran the factories out of those areas, and they're overseas. So now they make you go to college to get a 4-year degree or 8-year degree just to not accept the thing that you went to college for, to end up flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a race thing, and I'm
It's not
I'm
a
really
race
gonna
thing.
call it one.
It
It's not a race thing.
is. This has been going on for years. When sad to say, during the Clinton years, when they allowed factory businesses, to be shipped overseas because those owners wanted to keep more money. They wanted to go cheap. So they figured it's like, okay, let's take it out to China or wherever and get it done, get whatever done. And what pretty much you've did structurally, everyone was kind of complaining about it's like, oh, there's no more factory jobs and all that stuff. Why is it not made in America anymore? And all that stuff, because of the fact is like your American owner wanted to save its own money. Mind you, it's legally they can do that, but then at the same time, when you have companies that have been there for almost forever, and leaving because of the fact that you want to save your own money, instead of like allowing, this, the American-made process when initially when you built that factory, figured it's like it's American-made. We didn't go outside. We built it here. They took pride in that for years. And then now you're shipping it overseas and you see made in Taiwan, made in China, made in wherever. And you kind of like, you're getting screwed it that way.
When you look at it, because everybody's saying it's not race, right? But I look at the black people that's affected, because let's go back, and I'm going to turn this around a little bit. You go back to a time where people were in school and having these, I can't think of the name of that section that plumbing and welding and all that stuff was in my school. I can't think of the name of the section of that school. It's called something. I can't remember.
Okay.
But they had these things free. You did home economics, you did all this stuff, and you found these areas in your life that, because you got certificates when you did welding, you got plumbing licenses or whatever, you got cosmetology, you came out with a trade, right? Then you remove all that stuff and you remove the places that those things could be useful at. And then let's go to the 80s when you decide that now the black man doesn't have, I'm going race, the black man doesn't have these things that sustained him, that sustained my grandfather, that sustained your grandfather, that sustained your dad, and now you drop crack in the middle of everything, right? Now, what do you expect people to do? What do you expect people to do when you drop crack in the middle of some place where people are trying to feed their families? What do you expect to happen?
For again, this is because you're putting in race in something that's more of a whole population type of problem, because you're
VOTEC. That's the name of it. Vocational.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So, but the thing is I just feel like it's like you're. I know you want to focus on hey, this is affecting black folks, but really it's affecting everyone, because during the 80s it was so messed up. Because of the fact is like for when Reagan came in there and, again, Reagan was pre-Trump pretty much. This guy was an actor.
Yeah.
He really, his persona was, the Republican Party was, trying to change its image, since after Nixon. So, and they knew full well, this is like, okay, if you get Reagan in there and to say some things that will help boost us, to get us over. And especially what Carter did with the whole issue, because he was doing good things. I think the one thing that kind of hurt him was the issue, what was that issue? It was the embassy issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what country it was, but I know not a lot of people was happy how he handled that. So when Reagan comes in there, says what it says, does what he does, and the key element here is, hey, we need to boost our economy. That's where Reaganomics kicks in, and the way they do it is like that whole trickle down bullshit and things of that nature. Mind you, it was there to help boost all the rich white folk, so that's what they mainly want to do. And then if you throw in, sprinkle in, dump AIDS in there, dump crack in there, dump whatever, eliminate.
It's going to be part of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, just eliminate, everything that doesn't make what, quote unquote, back then make America great again, to help thrive in their party. Mind you, I mean, what Reagan was doing helped boost America, gave America the stignit of being a major superpower, and especially at a time frame when you're dealing with the Soviet Union. So, I mean, you needed a person like that then. You don't need it now.
Okay.
So, with the underpaid, I'm just thinking of like now the jobs that are. Maddie. What'd she say?
Maddie said we still today don't encourage our children into trades.
Right.
You're forcing them into college.
Of
Because
course,
why? Here's where
Why?
go into that. Here's why. Social media, television, all they want to be is either a basketball star or a rapper. That's it. You don't see him wanting to be a doctor. You don't want him to see him be a lawyer. You don't want to see him to be anything that is above being an entertainer.
Okay.
And that's their problem.
And you may have some of these parents that push them to go to college, but
Every
what's
parent.
wrong? Well, hold on, but what's wrong with some of these trades? Because some of these
Nothing.
niggas in
Nothing wrong
trades
with a
is
good
making
trade.
real
They
good money,
making
and they
money.
making better money than some of you people going to school and getting these degrees. Let's talk about that.
Just like you said, there are people with master's degrees. You just be full circle who are flipping burgers. You go to you go to school at a time. Let's take the time it takes you to get a 4 to 6 year degree, right? And you start out wholeheartedly saying, "I'm going to do sociology."
Okay.
And then your 6th year, when you get all these upgrades and you get all these degrees and you get all these certifications, and the area you went in, ain't nobody doing the shit no more, because it happens just like that. You got sociologists who, for real, are
But these trades,
doing. They coaches.
Let's talk about these trades, because these are jobs that are going to be there for centuries to come.
Can't take it from you.
You can't not. You know what I mean?
Well,
Y'all getting
not
these
necessarily,
degrees, and these
because
degrees
those-
ain't holding shit.
Well, here's the thing. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because here's the other threat. Automation. So most of these jobs that you see now maybe changed into where you have an AI taking over.
Yeah.
Okay, what jobs are we talking about?
I mean, all
Because
of it.
when I'm talking about trades, you know what I mean? I'm talking
Plumbing,
about
carpentry. House building, or that's carpentry, right?
Things of that electrical. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
That could be automated. Those you can. I mean, mind you.
No way.
No, think about
No.
it. Don't think about it.
Impossible.
You say
I'm gonna say some of them.
as
I'm
of
gonna
right
say some
now.
of them, but not all of them.
As of right now, let's say this. As of right now, it's slowly but surely you will get to a point where you will have an automated person, an artificial intelligent person come in and then fix your plumbing, or better yet, he will fix itself. It will happen.
Fixing itself, I can see a correction. I can see that. I can't see.
It's impossible.
Somebody
they're already
has
making
to
robots
come,
now.
Somebody has to come and
Here's what I'm
address the
saying.
issue.
As a gas man,
Somebody has to
a
say
robot,
what it is.
some of these machines that they have for us use to try to find these gas leaks be wrong sometimes. It calls on us to find the joint. You know what I mean? So you cannot put a robot in there to do this type of work. Negative, Coach Ryder. It is never going to happen. It's never going to. It's just prime example, like a water leak. You know what I mean? It's sometimes these are underground leaks, and sometimes it's hard to find. You may think it's leaking here, but that shit could be leaking from way up there. Prime example with a gas leak. You may be smelling it right here, but this ain't where it's leaking from. It could be leaking from a mile away and pushing down, and this is the point where it comes out at. Robots cannot detect that. Robots will fucking tell you right here, like, yo, it's right here, and you dig the shit, you dig a ghost hole, and nothing's there.
I can see them fixing it if they identify what it is and put them in there and blah, blah, blah. I can see it being fixed by them. I can't see it being identified, like he's saying, by them, or the problem being they could come. I don't know what I smell. Oh, let me come in here. They're not going to say that. You still need a person.
You're going to need a person. You're going to need a person. And I don't think it's all that type of things that's going to be fully now. When you see in these buildings, the construction building, that, you're still going to want manual labor to do some things, because here's the problem. When you have these people that get these degrees, not shooting shit on them, you get these degrees and you sit in the fucking office, you've never done the work in the field. You've read it in a book, but a book and field work are two separate things. They're not the same. You know what I mean? Because you may be sitting behind this desk and say, well, it has to go this way. I'm in the field and I'm telling you, it shit don't work like that. It's not going to work. And this is why it's not going to work. But it should work because the book says it that way. They wrong. You're going to need these people in the field, and a robot or AI can't do that. That's just me.
Well, PJ say those construction jobs are being affected a lot. The teams are getting smaller and smaller. I'm living and breathing that BS as we speak. Lene says, I find issues all the time that our systems can't detect.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? The robot, the AI is not going to pick up on. They're going to overlook some shit. And then on top of that, AIs break down. They crash. You see this all the time.
Tavio just said somebody got to fix it.
Yeah. So that's where because more people are going towards the industry of intelligence, of computers. I mean, you see it every day. It's like they're always looking for new people to do cybersecurity. I mean
Yeah.
that's like the new innovative business to go into now. They're looking for people to again to fix robotics and things of that nature. So it's constantly there is always a new business being ventured, and the thing is, not a lot of people want to go into something they feel is like, sad to say, considered as manual labor. That's the other thing. Is like even though it's there, it's available, but there are people nowadays who just don't want to get their hands dirty.
Which goes back to what you just said. We don't push the trades. We don't push. So maybe we have to redo that, rethink this whole thing. Because it's an information age now. I guess everything. I think the kids are getting their money being online, and you don't have to be. You can be anywhere. Just be sitting here. But maybe we should go back, because for real, you do need your carpet laid. You do, like, you need your hair done. You need a barber. Like, that shit, something people can't take from you.
You gonna get a robot to cut your hair? Stick your head in the joint and get the haircut you want?
Just not.
I don't think you're going to do that. But, when you say that manual labor thing, I mean, it all depends. It all depends. But I think in the black community, you know what I mean, I think somebody said it earlier that we didn't have the financial means to get that education. Back in the 60s, they couldn't get this education. So now you're pushing, a lot of these people are pushing their kids, go to college, you're going to get the degree. Without the degree, you can't be nothing. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I don't personally believe that. I personally believe if you went to one of these trades, these vocational trades, and learn some of these trades, nigga, you can make a very good living. You can make an exceptional living, especially on the region and the area you live at. The money is bananas, especially for like electricians and plumbers. This money is bananas out there. These niggas is living comfortable, but you look down on him because he's a motherfucker. He does manual labor.
And people always ask you,
he's a blue collar worker, but he don't make no money.
What college did you go to? I have an example. One of the barbers that worked with me, shout out to Rico and Rapid Roofing. Rico was working for the government during an overnight. He was a barber during the day, just like he was working overnight for the government. And then he got tired of kind of doing the overnight thing and decided to be a bail bondsman. That worked out for a few seconds. This nigga came in there. He was an apprentice for one of his friends that had a roofing business. 6 months later, he's like, look, today is my last day. Like, I was like, huh? He's like, show me the LLC, show me this, show me that. This nigga living right. Like, but at the time, when you are paying your bills through several means, you can't imagine, one, relying on yourself, which is what I'm going through right now, relying on yourself, relying on the entrepreneurial side of things, because you already know that having a job is supposed to be a sure thing. Yes. It's supposed to be security.
It's that step out on faith to do something of that. You know what I mean? You're a little nervous.
I'm living that right now.
You're a little nervous about that. It's like the unknown. You know what I mean? Like, prime example, in a couple of years, I'm moving to Florida. I don't know what unknown. There's an unknown there. There's an unknown thing there for me that I don't know, and this got me nervous. But it's not going to stop me from going. I'm going.
I'm nervous now. My job came to me last week. A lot of people don't know that, and told me, hey, we phasing out your portion of this job. And a lot of things that I had going, I kind of let go because I've been doing this for this long. Yeah, so now they gave me, the blessed part is this. This is my 25th year there, and I had a conversation, which I'm going to share with y'all, with my mother years ago. May she rest her beautiful soul in peace. And she said to me, 25 years of anything, 25 years should be your last year at this hospital. Like, 25 years of doing anything is a lot. She was like, so consider doing whatever. I was like, oh, all right. I didn't know this shit snuck up on me till they sent me a gift card in the mail saying, congratulations on your years of service or whatever. And I was like, damn. So now I'm forced to shit or get off the pot. And I made a post the other day that says, change wants me. I'm trying to tap in. And when the lady came in there, the head of HR came in there and said to me, we phasing your shit out. Like, here goes 7 things that you can do right now based upon the fact that you let this certificate go, that certificate go. And I didn't keep up. I kept up with a lot of them, but I had a lot. So I kind of let some of the things go that they were phasing out at this hospital anyway. So now we got a new owner. They don't want what I'm doing. So I'm like, she gave me an option. When I tell you, Tone, that thing hurt my feelings so bad. She was like, you got 20 minutes to decide what this is. And what she said is, if you do not take these 7 options, that you can feel free to apply, but you got to go through the interview process. You got to apply for the job and go to the interview, which means you may or may not get it. Yeah. So now I'm stuck with these 7 things. When I tell you my heart was broken at home, I was so pissed off for like a week. Because I was like, how dare you? It feels like you don't want me. And it feels
They're
like,
forcing you out.
yes, because guess what? A week before that, 2 of the other people in the other areas were fired. I'm talking about the whole cliche thing like, hey, your service no longer needed when you leave here today. These are high people. So I'm looking at me like, okay. So I'm trying to make the sense of this thing and trying to figure out. So I had a conversation with T-Mac last night for 2 hours. And she was like, yo, step out. Like, you got all these talents. Do what you got to do. And that's the space I'm in.
It's easier to say it, but when you have to do it and the reality of the bills and everything else around you, you're like, man.
I thought about you. No bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
We'll talk about that, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out now what steps to make, which is why I was asking the question about the jobs and everything, because we put a lot of stock into colleges and being secure under the government and all that stuff when nothing right now is secure. And
Nothing's
I was telling people, somebody came to me and thought it was funny to say to me, "What you finna do? Start an OnlyFans page?" I said, "You know what, bitch."
Hey.
While you making jokes and making light, you need to take from my position and understand that your shit is not solid.
Yeah.
These people, this may be you tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because you know what I mean. These companies are going in different directions, and it gets to a point where they're phasing you out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And in other words, they're forcing you out. Like, yo, hey, you did so many years. We want younger and better and other shit, and they force you out. You know what I mean? And you get to this point where you're like, huh.
What now? You've been doing the same
What
shit
the fuck
for
do I do? Exactly. Like, what the fuck do I do? To go do something different now is hard for me. You know what I mean? But I know that's coming in the future. You know what I mean? That's coming in the future that it's going to have to find something new for me to do. And at the age I'm at, I'm like, wow, you know, what the fuck?
Because they looking at your age too. When they be like, 40, ooh.
Yeah.
And they're giving you time to think that the average person is not going to be here beyond 65. So to put that type of money into you to train you and do all of the stuff and try to figure out how long
But
you're
that's why
going
you
to hold
have to put
this
that money
spot.
into yourself. You have to put that money into yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and certain things I can see, certain things that you might want to pick up something here, or you know what I mean? Like, yo, the IT field is bananas. That's just
No,
you know what I mean?
it
You could it's bananas. You know, it's a good field to look at. You know what I mean? And you know, you as you get older, like I'm be knocking on 50 door next year. I'll be 50. Next
And
year
that's
I'll be
still
50.
young, but according to the workforce,
That's not young. That's not young. You damn near a
especially
dinosaur by that time.
when you doing your physical shit and because when you in it, it's nothing. When you in it,
Yeah.
sit out for a few minutes and then try to do that shit again.
Nah, it's hard. It's hard. You know what I mean? Trust me. I mean, your body acts different. Like right now, prime example, I got off the 14. I've been off the 14 a couple years. And then I get back on it again, and part
sore?
of my body parts was like, yeah, the muscle memory and stuff like that ain't
Yeah,
there where it
'cause you
used to be in
throwing that
stores.
bitch
It's a
around.
little different. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just got to be prepared for these things. You know what I mean? Like hindsight. You know what I mean? When I thought something was always going to be there, it's not there no more. You know what I mean? And life changed, and it wasn't on my narrative. It was on somebody else's narrative that changed my whole life right now. But my whole life is different right now, and I'm like, the fuck?
So how do you get from that point to rely on tone, to rely on you? And this is where I'm stuck at.
I don't know.
I cried so much yesterday. Y'all don't even understand. Like, I'm not even a crier, but
I don't know, so, and that's you know. So I hear the people that's like, yo, if you got these talents, you should step out on faith.
Yes.
Step out on faith, and sometimes it's easier said than done when you're stepping out there. And if you're not in a position to step out there like that, because financially that shit is a big burden when you step out there on your own, and you don't. And that's why people tend to stick with these jobs, because I know it's guaranteed. I'm make this money is guaranteed to come. I can pay my bills and I can be comfortable. Blah blah blah.
until you walk in the office and a white lady from HR sitting over there with some paperwork, it's all good.
Until you get a letter in the mail and
all good
it's
up
fucked
until
up.
then, yeah.
And then when you get there, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck do I do? You know what I mean? Like, yo, there's a lot of sleepless nights. It's stressful. It's you don't know what to do, and you're trying to find this way. It's not easy, yo. It's definitely not easy.
You don't really want to always have to have your back against the wall for you to come out and make some moves and differences.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that you do based upon a situation or a circumstance. Like, you just happen to be working here. I happen to pass by, and I happen to find this job, and that happens to people too. One of my friends was fired from his job after 30 years, and guess what? He got a better job. It took him 2 or 3 months, and I don't know what that 2 or 3 months will look like. Like when you uncertain, this is when your faith comes in. This is where relying on yourself comes in, because guess what? I was talking to my friend yesterday. My friend, the job is kind of iffy about him, and he wants to do Uber, but he can't because they robbing people.
It's fucked up.
I didn't know that people was getting robbed. I know they were starting that shit all over again.
I mean, it not starting. It's just never ending. You know what I mean?
Right,
I mean,
hard
like,
body.
I mean, it's crazy out here, yo. We just have to figure it out. You know what I mean? And do it like Nicoletta said. Some people, everyone, you know what I mean, don't want to be an entrepreneur. It's not for everybody. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, yo, some people are workers. You know what I mean? Like, yo, some people are those workers. That's what they do. And it depends on the individual. You know what I mean? You got to know what you want to do. It's
but
hard.
when you push Tone, it's like it's fight or flight type thing.
No, it's like you pushed out the nest. You in the nest and you're fucking comfortable, and here comes your fucking mama birds that get out and fly, and instantly at that moment, you have no choice. You gotta flap them wings. You gotta fly. You gotta fly. It's hard. It ain't hard, and then you're scared. You're nervous. So that ball of emotions is fucking crazy. Yo.
Tell me about it. You see my emotions, right?
Trust me, I know. You know what I mean? I want to fucking explode on my situation and speak on my situation so bad, but I'm trying to hold my tongue. But it's coming.
It ain't time yet. It
ain't time yet?
Nope. Because what you need to get from that, you ain't got it yet. When you speak about it, you will have all encompassed. The feelings, the emotions, the right, the wrong. You have all that.
Okay, so with my situation, I don't want it to be at a point where I'm denied to inform people about the situation. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's timing. You won't be.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I want people to know, and I want to expose what you did. How you did it.
You have time.
And so they can look at you, and they can look at these people and be like, okay.
You have time. You have time. And when the time comes, it won't be nothing they can say about it. It's just all timing.
Not if you make me sign an NDA. I'm not signing no NDA. Now, I want to speak my piece before I sign an NDA.
Okay.
Because they don't want me to talk about it.
You know when that time comes.
Of course. You know what I mean?
Scar, yes, hard decisions. Hard decisions. And you sit around at this time in your life where you are established, so to speak. You're comfortable in where you at. You trying
Tell me about it.
What do you like?
Exactly. Now you got to try to figure out, get in where you can fit in at, because now you're like these people you talking about that got the degrees that are taking these fucking jobs of flipping burgers or folding clothes, because now you got pushed out, and now what the fuck do? You got to do something, because you still got the bill man is still coming, you still got this still coming, that's still coming, so you got to find some type of means of employment to make some type of money to try to sustain yourself. So you have no choice in the matter. Right
now, though, that's what the mind fuck is. It's got to happen right now. You don't have a few months. You don't really got the bills keep going, and that's why a lot of times people used to always ask me, "Why you work so much?" For real, I try to save more. I be talking to Batman a lot, right? And we always talking about like the recession that's upon us and the things that are happening. Like, you gotta save your money, you got to. Like,
shit fucked up.
And there was I watch a lot of news and podcasts and all that, and there was a lady who was saying, like, pull your money out the bank right now, because when shit get hard, the banks are not going to release your money. Like, so you have to now start to do whatever you're going to do. And I looked at that.
Well,
and
where you put it?
That's what I said. Listen,
I ain't doing that.
You see my hand, like, I was like.
Because you got people breaking into houses. Where you keep your money at? In your mattress? And people breaking in your houses, man.
Speaking of breaking in your houses, y'all, listen, people are breaking in your houses to you got nice cars, they're breaking in your houses just to find the keys to your car and steal your car. Under Tesla, so y'all have to be careful. You got to be careful. Tesla's on that list. Those Hellcats for sure are on those lists, and that I don't know which Benz this is, but just be careful.
That's crazy. People, oh wow, you know, I just it's rough out here though.
It's rough.
It's rough out here. I mean, but this isn't nothing new, because it's always been rough out here. It's just that we got into this point in life where we're seeing it differently. Because when our parents were this age, they were struggling. They were seeing it was rough for them at that time too. So you know what I mean? It's just we're at that mode. And when you look at my younger kids, they don't see the struggles right now. But when they get to my age, they're gonna see the struggles and be like, oh shit, I can see what my parents was talking. Like I see what my parents were talking about. Like shit is hard out here. You know what I mean? At that time, I didn't see it like that it was hard, but it is hard, man. You just, you got to learn that you can't fight everybody and win.
You can't fight everybody and lose either.
Yeah, but you fight a certain group of people, you're gonna lose. Trust me on that. You know what I mean?
So here's a random question.
What's
What's
up?
the most items you would try to get by in the 10 items or less?
Okay, don't get me started on that punk ass shit. 'Cause that shit pisses me the fuck off. Because niggas can't count. Hold on. Self checkout don't mean come with 2 fucking shopping carts full of motherfucking food and stand there trying to ring everything the fuck up. Bitch, get your ass in fucking line and go it the regular way. Self checkout means you got a couple fucking items that you just want to swipe and get the fuck going. People, when is this? Why are we not talking about this? This shit is not okay, man.
I kid you not. A person will sit and wait for almost good 10 minutes for one person to whatever truckload of shit that they just trying to buy. And it's like, and you go into self-checkout and it's like, why? Self-checkout is you want to get in, get out, and call it a day. No, that's why they avoid all the other lines. You go to the other lines. The sad part is they don't regulate that stuff.
You let Sarah.
That's
the only issue.
You know, you see it in Walmart all the fucking time. Every time I go into Walmart, you know what I mean? I go to self-checkout because I'm usually going there and just grab what I'm going to grab and I'm trying to get out
You
the door.
ain't got no cart when you go to self-checkout.
No, you just go.
If you carry it in hand, you got a little basket. If you got a big cart because you got just two bulky, just
item.
1 or 2, and that's it. You're in, you're out, you're done. No, you got people, clothes, food, shit.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
and on the top of that, he'll say, "Oh, I have a question."
Yes, you gotta get somebody to come over and help them because they fucked up somewhere.
Ain't no price on this.
Yes, there's no price on
Why
this.
did you grab it in the first place? Fuck wrong with you people? You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, Slim, we need to make they need to make some rules about that shit. Now, here's some funny shit. Like, every time you go to leave Walmart, they always ask you, can I see your receipt? You know, that shit pisses me off. So yo, I kid you not.
Tone, you finna get me.
So I had this happen when they come and ask for the receipt. You know what I mean? So first thing Tasha was like, show me the law that says I got to show you my receipt, and walks right past him every time. It's not mandatory. The bitch, you just saw me in line over here at the checkout shit, but you still want to see my receipt.
That's Nana. Nana just I
don't give a fuck.
She ain't really checking. Nana just need a part time. She just need a little income. The little boy with the wrong arm, the little wrong arm.
I'm not mad at you. You do that, but don't ask me for a receipt. I'm not showing it to you, man. But yo, Walmart, you places that got self checkout, you nearly need to do something about that shit. Y'all need to regulate that shit. 10 items or less. You ever look at that line? It's people in that line that got more than 10 items. Like, you can't count.
So what's the most you'll get away with, Tom? For real. Like, if you was in the rush and you had 11, would you just not go on the line? Or
I mean, if I had 11, it's you know what I mean? It's 11 items or something like that. Yeah, it's some short shit. I'm going to run through the line. It's no big deal. But if I got a shopping cart full of shit or half a shopping cart full, bitch, you know that's more than 10 items.
So who was the house mom? Like,
there's a house mom in Walmart? Walmart has a house mom? Yo,
who is the fuck?
How do you even apply for that position? What is the name of that position?
Who is the house mom? Because he got 14. Do you tell him the person? This nigga got 14 items.
What the fuck is gonna do? The motherfucker look at you and they not gonna do nothing? You just gonna be mad. Like, I be standing there mad like you, and I say it loud enough so people can hear me. Like, you was a dumb son bitch. You know what I mean?
I don't like when I'm in the store and clearly the line is around the corner and it's one person up there, like, and I see people stacking shit. And I'm like, Aldi be that. Oh, Aldi is infamous for that shit. And guess what they do? They shut down the self check. It's never working. It's never working. It's like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. Who's the house mom in this motherfucker? Who do I talk to?
The front end manager.
All I got is jalapenos and this spaghetti squash. Can I just go to? It's not open.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
then they make me buy bags.
Oh, it's Aldi got you. Aldi get you. You know what I mean?
And
you gotta give them a quarter to get the shopping cart out.
You do.
You know what I mean?
And there's a hustle, Tone. If you ever feel like it, you just get tired of sitting at home, go to Aldi's and for real and sit out there and offer to take people's cart. I'll take it back for you. And it's a hustle. That's a thing.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get tired.
Okay, if I ever get tired.
And then you see somebody, because they're fat people all the time, lazy people, I'm people, who don't want to walk the cart back.
You know what I mean? Fuck this quarter. It don't matter. It's just fuck this quarter. I don't care about this quarter.
And the Caucasoids where you live at, they don't care.
Oh, there's a lot of them going to Aldi's. I watch that shit. I see
them
going around the corner from the house.
They need a cart in the parking lot. Just saying. Just saying.
We need to say that shit needs to be discussed though. Walmart, you need to pull that shit together, goddammit. Like real shit. Damn, that shit pisses me off. Boy, it'll boil your motherfucking blood more than anything else right there.
So since we got Tree Stacks, aka Silk, Minnesota Silk on here, Silk, what's up with the Squeegee Boys?
Yeah, nigga, they wildin'. But I don't think it's a skit. I don't think it's bullshit. I think it's. There's
You don't
too many
think so?
because there's more people. There's other people that have made complaints. There are other fucking issues behind that, man. Other people are complaining about that shit, about having issues. Like the nigga recorded a motherfucker, Squeegee Boy,
Can you find
fucking grabbing a person's wiper blade and breaking
it.
both of them. That's a skit.
Well, that's the skit that you saw?
I saw it was on the news, and when I was watching it on the news, that was one of the videos that they talked about, and there were multiple people on there talking about the incidents they had with these Squeegee Boys.
So they're trying to outlaw that. Period. They saying that apparently they wash your windshield and rob you. And B-More is trying to pass a law about them because they apparently are affecting business in the area negatively. How many encounters have you had with them? And I see them, and when I go to Baltimore, I just say no, they step. But the areas that they are, the people in those business areas are suffering because
nobody don't want to come
just
there.
like Jehovah's Witnesses, no disrespect. When I see them hovering around shoppers, I don't go in. And it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's not that I just don't like, to me, same thing with when I go to 7-Eleven and the little niggas is sitting outside, I really don't want to have to tell you no. Like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be bothered with that shit. Yeah. So when I think I can understand how that negatively, because I'll drive by T-Mac house. Mm-hmm. The niggas just hang out in front of the 7-Eleven. I always want to bring coffee when I go over there. I always want to chit chat with my good girlfriend, and I will not go in there. I will go all the way back by my house to go to 7-Eleven, and that's ridiculous.
Just so you don't have to deal with it.
Because you know what they do? They for real, they checking to see what you paying for, what you paying with in the store. They checking to see if you got a card, if you got change. So the motherfuckers harass you.
There's a 7-Eleven that this old dude stands out. This is
Bobby.
by Potomac Mills. And dudes stand out there, and you're right, because they watch to see what you pay for. If you got money, they ask for your change. When you come out, they be asking for your change. Like, nigga, I ain't got it to give you like that. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, nah,
Blanky said they tore that 7-Eleven down. Look, it's a lot. 7-Eleven, the shoppers, when I tell you, they sit in the car like in various spaces. Like, I don't know if they got a map drawn out because it's a central one and there's like 7 other people. So regardless of where you go, I come out the store on my phone. Ha ha ha. They be like, excuse me, and I'm thinking this would stop you because I ain't listening to your ass.
That don't stop them.
Then I get that one will walk off. When I get to my car, here's another one. When I get around to the trunk of the truck, there's another one.
Yeah, it's
These
fucked
motherfuckers
up.
got a spot. Like, I know you, my Lord and Savior. I know you want me to. I know what you want. I just don't feel like talking to you about the shit. And I always say, well, look, I don't have no change. Yes, you do. I just saying you what?
You know, a Silk, a Tree Stacks. Call us, Tree Stacks, because you as that live up there, you can probably give us some insight on that because you see them all the time. You know what I mean? Is this a problem? I mean, these niggas been doing this shit for years. Like, these Squeegee Boys has been doing this shit for years. Like, I don't need you to wash my windshield, bro. You know what I mean? Either that or the niggas are trying to sell you the waters, the dollar waters and shit like the Gatorades. I don't need that shit. I'm good, bro.
Good.
You know what I mean? Well, you gonna be mad at me because I don't want to get it. You know what I mean? It makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, yo, you riding through B-More, you better have your strap on your lap. You know what I mean? Like, nigga.
That's another thing, though.
Shit fucked up.
Silk says self-defense in that particular case. He should have never got out and tried to attack that young man with a bat. He actually went looking for trouble and found it. Oops.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Dude was wrong for having an unregistered weapon, like most niggas do.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fucked up thing. But is it a real problem with these Squeegee Boys?
Yes, and you make me almost go to jail, bitch, because you can't keep your squeegee off my windshield when I said no. You break my shit. What am I? I'm forced now, I guess, in the eyes of the law. He didn't attack you. He just attacked your windshield.
That's my property.
Come on, shawty.
That's my property. You know what I mean?
It wasn't broke before you touched it.
Yeah. If I got you on camera that you broke the shit, you know what I mean? Like, nigga.
For $1? I didn't know it was a thing till I kept looking. I just rolled my window up until it's working so far. Oh, she said it's been working so far. And y'all from Baltimore. Do not touch my truck, says Blanket.
I mean, you know, are you telling these people that? Are you telling these people don't touch my truck? Are you telling my people don't touch my windshield? You know what I mean? Or are they listening to you and trying to do it anyway and then harass you into the money? Like, nigga, don't touch my shit. I don't need my shit. My shit clean. I just came out the car wash. My shit is crispy. The fuck is you doing? Get the fuck on. You know what I mean?
These are hustles. Like, I'm
of course.
I ain't
They're
mad.
entrepreneurs.
Maddie, they need 1099s. They got a
They
union.
work for
The
themselves.
Squeegee
You know what I
boy.
mean? The Squeegee boys got a union. I mean, you know.
Don't be mad at me. Just take that loss and file your little 1099 and go about your business, Squeegee boys.
I mean, hey, it's crazy out here, man. I just don't get it, so. Kiki, you want to ask this next question?
I'm gonna answer a question. Is it true when they say that the way you get a person is the way you lose a person? Do you believe in that? Do you entertain that idea? Say for instance, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
You cheated.
Okay.
You got with me.
Okay.
You left her.
Okay.
Can I expect you to do the same to me? Because that mentality is what swirls around. And people always, black people love to remind you of those idioms. Hey, the way you get a person is the way you lose them. So we just wait on karma to just come on and pull up. Say it again. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you
Once a
buy,
liar, always a liar bit.
do you buy into that? The way you,
No, he said, Tree Stack said he called, but you hung up on him.
oh, you hung up on him.
I don't
Time
know.
swap.
Call back.
Did call the right number? Let's put that.
Call the number is 301-637-6900.
69. It's my favorite number. Let's create this.
I think it can be labeled that way. You could be labeled that way. Like, yo, you could think that shit. You know what I mean? And then it's hard. It's hard.
How do you thrive in your relationship knowing that just maybe can you fully
okay, so hold on.
love?
So here's the thing. In that particular situation, right? You were cheating and you cheating on your blah blah blah, and then you know what I mean, the person you get with was the person you was cheating with, right? You end up getting with that person. That person's not thinking that. That person is thinking, we won. I won. I got him. Well, I got her. And, you know what I mean? We all good. You're not looking at that aspect of, this possibly can happen to me.
So let's go to the before I won, right? I can't say counsel. I can't say I speak with a person that is dealing with that at this point, right? And I'm trying to tell her, like, the man that is not being faithful to his wife knows he's married. We don't know because you're not inside the house, like, if that marriage is over. You don't know that. So to me, does that still apply? Like, if you get with me before you left your marriage, but the marriage was over, and then we get together, whatever, why do I have to play with the idea that you'll do that again? Because maybe you outgrew shorty.
I mean, okay. And so what makes you think a person is thinking that?
Because everybody thinks that. It's a saying. I've heard it at least 6 times this week. Last week, rather, because this week last week, where I've heard what people say, the way you lose them is the way you get when you're gonna lose them, and the way you grab a person, that's how you got to keep them. And it's
I think that's bullshit.
Which one?
I think it's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it can't happen to you. Like, if you got the nigga was cheating on you and he got with you and then he's gonna, you know what I mean, move on to the next one. I'm not saying that's not gonna happen, but you're gonna go into a relationship. You got to expect the unexpected from everybody.
Is that set in stone though? Like, cause you cheated with her. Why wouldn't you? So why even get in that shit?
No, I'm not even. I mean, because now you're spending all your time thinking about that and destroying your relationship.
What I'm saying.
It's going to destroy you. It's going to make you feel like shit, and you're not really putting the correct work into your relationship as you should be. Because it just takes more than, like, when people say, well, you got to keep doing what you did to get him. No, it just takes more than that. Or more, you got to do more when you get this person. You keeping them. You know what I mean? It's a relationship is a whole fucking full-time job. That shit is 24 hours a fucking day, bro. You know what I mean? That shit is not easy. You just don't wake up and put the shit on autopilot. You know what I mean? Autopilot means the nigga or the female going to step out and go find somebody else that's going to give them and supply them the things that you can't do. So you have to be on a call. It takes communication is fucking key. You got to talk. You got to be very verbal. Thank you. You got to be vocal. You know what I mean?
So, Nicoletta, to answer your question, yes. And I think that they have now moved out of they don't sleep together no more. So let me ask you this, Tom, because this just came up again.
Okay.
So you are cheating on your wife, right? You decide to leave your wife. Why the bitch that you leaving the wife for always be like, no, I don't want him to leave? Then what the fuck are y'all even doing?
No, because they like that fucking fun. You know what I mean? Without the responsibility to it. They like the fun without the responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, you hear that all the time. Like, yo, you know what I mean? The nigga got to go home. He's only serving one purpose for her. That's it. Or him. You know what I mean? The same like niggas. Niggas do that shit. They be, oh, no, I don't want to fuck with her like that. She go home to her husband. Let her husband deal with all that other shit. I just want to do the fun part. You know what I mean? That's not a relationship you in. That's just a
That's a relationship at a different capacity than what you're thinking.
Okay, I say that.
It's
It's
sexual
a relationship. It's a relationship because it's what you have, but it's not a relationship where you want to be with this person. You know what I mean? Or you want to be with this person like on an everyday, consistent basis. You just, you know what I mean?
Well, that we ain't talking a tone. We talking about like the average person who for real cannot wait to get up and talk to their side joint. They like her. He likes her. He likes her. And
obviously,
look,
you like him if you want to keep fucking him.
And
You
they
gotta
together,
like something about him.
so then he comes and tells you that he's thinking about leaving, and then all of a sudden you like, whoa, because you don't want the label of being a homewrecker. You don't want that label, but what the fuck are you even doing if y'all like? What if you don't expect this nigga to leave? Like, what the fuck are you even doing? That's why the decision in the beginning is always the most important one. And guess what? I'm here for it. Y'all can come at me, but I'm being honest. Like, if you're gonna be doing something, what's the end game? What's the end game? Because that's why I ain't fucking nobody's husband, because I don't know what that end game looks like. I don't want to fuck your husband. I mean, I probably want to, but I'm not going to, because at some point in time there has to be an impasse. The decision has to be made. Either I'm gonna leave and let you, or you're gonna leave and let me. Which is it? It's something.
Yeah.
If not, what the fuck are we doing? You can get a wet ass anywhere. Anywhere.
I mean, so that would be okay. So let's so because Snicker hit it on something.
Yes, come on, Snicker.
You know what I mean? She was like, "Well, what if they're only together for financial reasons?"
Yes.
And they're still there.
Yes.
I've seen that happen. I mean, you got a lot invested, so now you break up with her. And you got a lot invested in this shit, and then you know what I mean. You settle, you well off, and if you leave, you liable to lose half, or you liable to lose a lot. You know what I mean? And your way of life is going to completely change. So sometimes it's easy to stay there, and you know you're in that mode where you stay there. You're like, okay, cool, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still do me. You know what I mean?
That's why I asked this question right here.
What?
Is it cheaper to keep her? I asked that question. I asked that because some people.
I hate that question.
Why?
I hate that question.
Why?
Is it cheaper to keep her?
You just gave a whole lot of reasons.
I gave
why
a whole
it's
lot of
cheaper to
reasons,
keep
but
her.
on the same token, if the relationship is toxic, right, or it's fucked up, or it's ran its course and it's at its end, and shit is just fucked up, you know what I mean? You just put a price on your happiness. You just put a price on your well-being. You put a price on yourself like that to stay with the chick because it costs too much. You know what I mean? So your peace of mind, it costs too much to have a peace of mind and live and be miserable versus taking the hit and being happy.
Yes. Some people feel like no, because guess what? Because you know what? It took us a long time to acquire these things. Because most of the time, that stuff is about things. It's about money and cars and status and credit and all that. It's about all the stuff that you've built that you don't want to let go, because it takes a while to get that shit back. I know people who do it, who stay in a one-bedroom apartment for 3 or 4 years until they stack and they do what they got to do and they rebuild. I get it. But most people say, no, it's over. We know it. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here because I don't really want to take that hit. Credit is hard. Alimony is hard. Those payments are hard. And people is getting, hey, these women, if you come in there big balling and taking care of us, that could be your downfall, because taking care of me means taking care of me. When it's over, I need you to still take care of me. There's a lifestyle that people get accustomed to, and some of these courts be upholding that shit. It's as opposed to just saying, hey, he came in here with this. He was loving you, shawty. You benefited while y'all was married. Step. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. So
you wouldn't just keep her just because it's like, all right, we got everything. Starting over is hard. Tone, you're going to be 50 next year.
I had to do that. I did that. You know what I mean? I did that. I had to start all over and get out in there. And it was hard. It was hard because you were there and you knew it was done. It was done. And we were just there just because. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, going through the motions every day. It's done. You know what I mean? But financially, it made sense. It was like, yo, smart thing to do. But then after a while, it was like, yo, I cannot put a price on my peace of fucking mind and my well-being. I'm fucking miserable. So if I'm miserable, everybody around me is feeling my miserable. They feeling it. They can't be happy. You know what I mean? That goes to kids and everything. You can't be happy because you're miserable as fuck. You know what I mean? So what do?
What do?
You step out. And this is part of, this ties back into stepping out on faith. You know what I mean? This ties back into because at that point you're stepping out on faith and like, yo, fuck this. I got to start all over. I got to do this. I got to do it. I got to do it. And it's the same thing like kind of what you're going through right now and kind of what I'm going through. We got to start all over.
Say, for instance, Tone, that you're the one that's not happy. Everybody else is happy. Everybody else is happy.
Okay.
Look, I kind of know what you're doing, Tone. I don't really care, bro.
Facts.
You hear?
Okay.
Like, you're the one that's unhappy. Do you still leave? Because you're unhappy. I'm good. We good in here.
Once again, you're putting a price tag on your peace of mind. How are you sleeping at night? If you're not happy, so your fucking sleep is fucked up. You know what I mean? How are you living at this point? Because you're not happy. You know what I mean? Are you self-medicating? Are you drinking more? Are you doing extra shit or wilding out a little bit more because you're not fucking happy? You know what I mean?
Here's the second part to that, though. When you leave for your happiness, now everyone over here is unhappy. That don't fuck with your mental too. The fact that she was good, like you quit.
Okay, so here's the thing. It communication, biggest fucking thing. I've said that time and time again. Is communication is like the biggest fucking thing. So if you're not communicating these things to your significant other, you know what I mean? There's an issue because you should be able to communicate to them and let them know. Listen, this is not working. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not happy. My life is starting to go in. I feel like my life is going in a different direction, and you need to have these conversations. Although as hard as they may want to be, you have to have that conversation. It's fair. You have to let that person know what you feeling, because if not, then you're lying to them, and you're lying to yourself because you're not fucking telling the truth of what you really feel inside. Like, yo, I'm not fucking happy. I'm really not happy, but I'm pretending. I'm still doing the husbandly, whatever, the wifely shit or the girlfriend shit, but I'm not happy with this individual. This is not what my heart is anymore.
How many times in our lives do we do that? We do that for work. We're not happy, Tone, but we hear there's a benefit. So does the happiness end once the benefit to it stops for you, or just period? It's just your peace of mind.
If I'm not, so it took me years to really look at it because, I mean, for me, it was like some old school bullshit installed in me, and it made me think that I had to stick it and try to make it work with this person when I knew clearly it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? And I knew I was unhappy. You know what I mean? And I didn't. And I started as time went on, I started to vocalize that I was unhappy. But that person it fell on deaf ears. It fell on deaf ears, and they just kept downplaying. I heard what you said, but I don't believe it. Da 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 da. Like, I'm not happy. You know what I mean? My actions now to you are showing you that I'm unhappy. You know what I mean?
Does that happy come with, and these are ways that I can't be happy again? Or I'm just not happy. You leave it up to a person to decide what your happiness should be, or do you stipulate to say, this is the ways that I could be happy again with you? Or you just at that point. You can do that if that's what you, because if you really care about that person, you want to be with that person, you could tell them and give them, listen, this is what we can do to try to make things better and get back to a happy place. You know what I mean? Even though they may be in a happy place, but it's 9 times out of 10, if you're in an unhappy place, I'm sure that person is unhappy about some shit also, because they're going to feel the vibe coming from you, like, yo, it's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Your vibe is off. It's not the same. You're going to start to move different. You're going to start to do shit. When you're unhappy, you're going to do different shit. You're going to start doing shit that you wasn't doing before. And if a person can't pick up on that shit, like, yo, you got to be perceptive of your mate or whoever you're dealing with. You know what I mean? If you're dealing with this person, you're going to be able to tell, hold on, wait a minute, shit is changing. You know what I mean? You start shaving?
You know what I mean? You start doing this extra shit, yada, yada, yada. We not rocking the way we used to rock no more. Something is wrong there. But a lot of people, male and female, pay no attention to those signs. They refuse to look at it. They think, oh, it's all good, everything is good. You know what I mean? It's a lack of communication, man.
True story. Sitting at home the other day, got people. I don't like people to call me on Facebook because if you don't got my number, that's probably why you shouldn't be calling me on Facebook. But one of my friends called me on Instagram. And he's a friend of mine. I didn't answer it for a couple of weeks, and I was like, because I don't do that. I don't make a habit of answering that shit because people will tend to lean towards that. Like, I can't do it. So this day I had time.
Okay.
What do you want, nigga? He's like, oh, I did. He was like, just wanted to see what was good with you, let you know I bought me a Harley. This nigga don't even ride ever, right? And I was like, oh, that's what's up. He just want to get with you and your gang and see, come out with me. I said, well, did you get your license? Like, no, I didn't do that yet. I said, what's going on? He's like, yo, my wife has been, she's been, I caught her with some infidelity type stuff. I was like, huh? He said, yeah, she's stepping out on me. So I asked him, I said, well, how did you know? He was like, well, first of all, she used to keep a low Caesar. Now she's like a chemo patient down there, right? This is what he said, literally, right? I said, well, that don't really mean nothing. He said, no. He said, I was hitting it from the back, and I had to ask her, who the fuck been in here? He was like... It's like, yo, who been in this?
Was he in mid-stroke and asked you
Yes.
who's been in there?
He said, Kiki, I pushed her. He said, I grabbed her butt cheeks, opened my butt cheeks, and I pushed her on her face. Like, he said, I was that fucking mad. Like, who been in here? He said the whole time he wasn't thinking that she had been saying, it has been this long since we had sex, babe. He's a truck driver. He's like, we've been out. It's been this long. Like, I really need, I need a break. I just need to do something different. I need us to have these date nights. And he never listened to her. And she finally came out. I was like, yeah, shorty is 10.5 inches, just to let you know. And he was like, he followed her a couple times to see what was going on. Turned the ring light on, which he never did, and realized for like the last 4 months, shorty been dropping her off at the house. He been dropping her off at the house.
Okay, so pause for a second, because you said now we resort back to she did her part.
She did. She tried.
She did her part. She was communicating, and that's the problem with communication. You got to listen and understand and comprehend what this person is talking to you and saying to you. If Shawty was telling him, look, nigga, we got to do shit. You got to fix this. She was telling you, I want to fuck with you. I want to be with you, but you we got to fix some shit to make it right.
He said, yo, I'm a truck driver. I work this many hours a day. How the fuck you think we can? And that comes from people's mouths a lot.
Yes.
I'm doing this, and you're supposed to understand, but at the same token,
You have to balance.
you got to balance.
You got to balance. You know
They
what
got
I mean?
all
If
these
you're going to do
kids.
that, and a lot of people are focused on their career, be single. Don't be in a relationship, because then you're going to get mad if your significant other steps out or just using you for what they can give from you. Nigga, that's your fault. Or ladies, it's your fault. It's your fault.
He went and got a new bitch. He got a Harley now. So I told him, I said, listen.
And what the fuck that did?
I said, look, let's talk. Just
You
call
went
me.
and got a Harley, but nigga, now what? You still gonna be driving trucks?
Yes.
Always working and
paying for that motherfucker.
And paying for it and sitting there. I mean, what did that do?
He was the one who picked Shorty up. She was a dime. She was da-da-da. Got all these kids. He took care of her. And he did the thing he's supposed to do. He said, look, I bought her the house she wanted. I did it. I said, I understand that. I said, but you still gotta
It's more.
fuck her. You still gotta be responsive to what she's saying that
You
she
got to be
needs.
responsible for your relationship, the
Come on,
dating
Black
aspect.
man.
You know what I mean?
That's someone like that, someone who is they always say, I did all of this and you still stepped out. The reason being is, like Tona's been saying, you didn't hear what she was saying. You can give any person all this material stuff. All they want is your time. All they want is your presence. All they want is your ear. That's majority of what any human being will want in any relationship. You can
Everybody
get
wants
everything else is icing on the cake, secondary, whatever you want to call it. But all they want is to touch you, feel you, and hear you. That's it.
It's that simple. But sometimes some of that shit is harder than it seems. People make it harder than what the fuck it really is. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I mean,
Batman, get the fuck out. He said she better go buy a toy.
You know what I mean?
But life gets regimented. Regimented. Like, she's the mother of the children and she's doing this. He is the breadwinner. Life gets regimented. But at the same token, you got to check back with a person. You got to come back and find, like, we good? Like, some quarterly check-ins. Like, we straight? Like, because you time passes by and you do the same thing every day because it's a habit.
True,
but I understand you work all day, but still come in here and drop it off.
Me and Tasha, we communicate. Well, our communication is ridiculous. You know what I mean? The way we can talk to each other about everything and anything. So, you know what I mean? When there's something going on, I mean, that's one of the things I treasure, because we communicate well.
You lucky to
with each
have
other.
that.
I didn't have that before. But we could communicate and we could talk about shit. You know what I mean? And it wasn't easy. We didn't start off like that. We worked to get there. And it was part of me having to change as well. She had to change a little bit. We had to fucking adjust. We had to adjust each other. You know what I mean? Because neither one of us was the real big communication type. And in our past relationships, we realized that we didn't do, and we wanted something different. So now we communicate. I talked about it. What's going on? Fucking something not right? If I'm feeling some other way, she'll get it. I'll tell her, hey, look, shit is rough. I need a minute.
Doing the work to try to make sure you can hear with your ears and not with your heart or your emotions or your feelings.
That is a
That's a
problem.
hard thing to do. I tell
Because
people,
what if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not, you try
the
to tell
phone
them
is
something?
hanging up. They're trying to call.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I mean, so you having a relationship with somebody and you trying to tell them something that they do and it's not making you happy and you're not happy, and they take offense to what the fuck you saying and can create an argument. You know what I mean? You ever been in that type of situation? yo, old boy, listen, this shit here is bothering me. I'm not comfortable with this. I fuck with you, but I'm not comfortable with this. How can we fix this? And the nigga, you know what I mean, he gets real defensive now and wants to argue with you about some shit. You know what I mean? That's some sucker shit.
Or you don't want to look stupid. You like a person come to you like, yo, are you getting feelings for me? No. When the whole time, yes.
Yes. Be honest with yourself. You know.
It's people's approach, but then again, doing the work to remove the emotion or the feelings behind a question. If the nigga coming to you like I had with my ex-boyfriend told me like, yo, I need that. I'm looking at other women. Like I took somebody's number. Like he told me because guess what? I too am a hard worker. I was in school during the day. I was doing hair after school, and I was working night shift, trying to get this 5-year plan, bitch. But trying to get this 5-year plan that we planned on. But he came to me with some real stuff. Like yo, I need that. Like I'm about to. So I got to add that to the shit, the stuff I'm doing, because if I want this and I'm relying on this, I have to add, okay, all right, what's up? Yeah. I've been tired a lot. Like I try to make sure, but before for a troll come on here and say, they gonna cheat. I know that.
You know they're gonna say that.
But, but to be responsive to a request, it don't cost you nothing.
Facts.
Come home a little earlier so I want to eat with you. Come home a little early. I just want to lay. I want to, whatever.
Like what Tish was saying, at the end, if you tried everything, you put in all the work, you open it, and it still doesn't work after that, then it's time to go. It's time to go.
Fat Cat said, it's always about the work. Life is hard. Relationships can be hard on both sides because we are dealing with life. But sometimes the decision to leave or stay can be hard. But you won't regret doing the work because then you'll know you tried in the end.
Facts.
And trying to make peace with that shit takes months.
Yeah.
Because shoulda, coulda, woulda always rounds about them. Or you see this person moving on. You like, what?
You're like, wait, I can fix it now. We can change now. No, bitch, it's too late. I'm done with it now. You know what I mean? I'm already checked out.
All these flags I've been throwing, all these warning shots, and you ain't been listening.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's your fault, but then that's not comprehending what your fucking mate is telling you.
So the last question surrounding all of this is, why can't you turn a hoe into a housewife? Because if you fucking with your side chick, I think you can. But people say you can't. And hoe being, not how many sexual partners she had, blackish. Not how many relationships she had, blackish. Not how she got you, blackish. Hoe being, you're outside of his relationship.
Okay, one. I was going to say I agree with that stuff because there's other people I know who say you can't do that.
Okay.
So I feel like, look, whatever your past is your past. If for some odd reason this particular person really likes, doing their hoe shit with this other person and no one else, then they'll change and say, I want to be with this person. So there is a possibility, mind you. Again, it has to be a two-way street on this interaction. If it's just one person doing the crazy, hoe shit, and then the other one is just like not responsive, or maybe just whatever thing that makes that one other person just not liking it. Yeah, it's like you can't make a hoe into a housewife type of scenario. But really, there is a possibility because something will change within that person. So it just depends.
And Silk said, no, you can't because she's not going to respect her new role.
What role? It's not a role. It's a persona change. It's just like, mind you. I mean, look. I've interviewed a lot of adult entertainers, and they're in couples, they're in relationships and things like that. Due to the fact, it's like, mind you, is like because they know that actual person. It's not the person they see in videos; it's the actual person. So, as long as you know who the actual person is and respect of what they're doing, yeah, that person will constantly be, will not change because you respect of who they are. That's all it is. It's a respectable thing. It's a respect thing. Okay. Just like, look, I suck dick for a living. So what? So it's like, yeah, I love you. As long as I'm going to suck different. Okay. Suck person's dick different than that person.
That's a whole lot of love. If you're a porn star, or you're in that type of lifestyle, and to be in a relationship, that's her job.
Full circle, folks. We talked about the pole dancing and all this.
I mean, so you get to that point, and you're in a because they have relationships, and can you imagine yo, what's your shorty do for a living? Oh, she's a porn star. She's in making movies. Yo, I think it takes a different kind of mindset.
You gotta walk around with her bank account. That's for people to accept that shit. You gotta walk around with her bank statement.
You know what I mean? I'm not down there, but you have to be a different kind of motherfucker to deal with that. You know what I mean? Because damn, man, she get ready to go to work and punch the clock. Niggas will be fucking her all day long. Like, nigga.
Okay, Fat Cat said, men and women both can be perceived as hoes, but if you are single and are enjoying your life as you owe no responsibility relationally to a person, and then you get into your own system and grow up, you can become who you desire to be. So now you are someone's husband or wife and can respect that new position. Blanket said, no, she's used to being a side. You can't, and Batman said, you can't turn a hoe into nothing. You have to put her in the mindset that she would change herself.
Does that go same for the men too? Does that go for the men too?
Black
yes, again, it's about the person, about that individual, and who they meet up with. A person. I had an argument with someone about a while back about how Kim Kardashian wanted to be at the time a lawyer, and it's like
she is one now
on paper. But the thing is like that's and the way I stated it like that because it's like she really didn't put in the work. She really didn't put in a full effort. She just sort of typical Kim Kardashian way to get it.
Finesse.
Yeah, and I feel like and again based off of how she got to where she is, she was a fuck up hoe. But the thing is like her. I mean, and the way I see it is her persona still keeps her in my mindset the way she is. But if it was somebody else and completely did a complete change, then yeah, I can say it's like mind you still have hoe tendencies, but you're not a hoe. You're now a housewife.
Cause that was in her 20s. That was her shit. She was just public. For real, a lot of us could be a Kardashian if you air our shit out. Who's to say that she wasn't always smart though? Who's to say that wasn't her lifelong dream of? Who's to say any of that isn't true?
Because she never said it.
I mean,
until like out of the blue.
That's fine. That may be something that she just didn't share.
That was I had that argument a little while, but the thing is,
I understand.
My complaint is like, look, I feel like if you're gonna change, great. Mind you, you may want to, if you want to do the undercover thing, fine, and not tell everyone, hey, I'm now this now. That's fine too.
But a known hoe, like a known,
it's straight up known hoe.
Yes.
For that particular person, I feels like there is possibility of change. There is. It just depends on the individual, that in particular individual, and the individual that will change her. Change her hand.
Because Blanket said you a different breed if you could date a porn star.
You are. I mean, here's the thing. The reality is once she's gonna be that way, it's gonna be harsh. Yes, she may have to change her mindset, but she can still end up resorting back to her old ways. You know what I mean? Because that's what she's comfortable with. You know what I mean? And if you are that of a Horish, you come from the mountains of Horish. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave you in mountains of Horish. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be somebody that I'm not gonna fuck with you like that. You know what I mean? If you're for the streets, you know what I mean? I'm gonna drive down you. I'm gonna park for a minute, and I'm gonna get back in my car and drive on to the next block.
So the answer is no.
You heard me?
Okay. Black Burners bike night is tonight, people. Yep. Keep in mind and save the date, July 31st. Our real Talk Uncensored live.
Yes, July 31st is going down. We're going to be so for the whole month of August. And check it out. If I'm not mistaken, Blackish will be in the building.
Blackish going to be in the building, y'all.
It's going to be in the building. So stay tuned for that. We're going to post more details on that as it comes.
And bring anything with raisins. Bring anything with white man. Bring anything with raisins.
Oh, potato salad.
He's making potato salad.
The raisins in it? Okay. Right.
Big casserole.
That's what it is. I mean, but yeah, it's going down. We're gonna do a live show, and it'll be a couple of those during the month of August.
Yep.
Since we won't be here. And then yeah, you know what it is.
Another fine Monday.
Another fine Monday.
Kiki.
I'm Tone.
Be out of here.
Real Talk Uncensored. Peace.
Take it to the next plateau.
Let's get it straight right now. War zone. Where the fuck you at?